Let's talk about one of the benefits of tulpamancy that I call covert processing. Covert processing is kind of exactly what it sounds like. It's stuff that happens covertly, which is basically behind consciousness. So I took some notes on this the other day when I was brainstorming this kind of stuff. So let me just talk through it here. And so this video is going to concern more of the psychological side of tulpamancy. You know, having two consciousnesses existing within the same mind space, I guess you could call it. So tulpas can be programmed to perform cognitive tasks for the tulpamancer, like things like math calculations, recalling directions, phone numbers, and other sorts of information. Basically, quick calculations or quick recall. Um, it could be similar to the ways the brain quickly makes thought connections and calculations when a person is trained in a particular skill or profession that may be difficult for others. It's kind of like, mental math. If you have a lot of practice with like multiplication tables and somebody says 5 times 5, 25, super easy. Whereas if you don't have that much practice with it, you're going to be like 5 plus 5 is 10, plus 5 is 15, plus 5 is 20, plus 5 is 25. See the difference where you have to, like, it's an instant answer versus having to process and think something through. It yeah, I just made that comparison. Okay. It's the way that I think about it is because the mechanism is trained behind the conscious thought. First it's conscious and then it moves to subconscious. It's the same as thinking something through yourself. It's kind of um, like the first time that we learn how to tie our shoes or do some kind of task. Like, if you go and step into your car, like when you were learning how to drive, you had to think about, okay, I sit down in the seat, then I've got to put my seatbelt on, then I find my key and I stick it in the ignition, then I turn it until it makes this noise, and then I can put it in reverse and blah blah blah. And if you've been driving for a while, it just becomes so rote that it's an automatic thing to do. This, put it in reverse. So this works by forming and reinforcing new neural connections, just like learning any other skill, and it leads to faster processing of information. So remember that psychological tulpamancy rewires the brain to operate differently, where a you have a complex, according to Jung, that's I think what he would call these kinds of things, where complexes are collections of thoughts and ideas around a central issue, or a central idea. So it's everything. A complex is everything that can be interrelated. So you have a bunch of different concepts and ideas that are all connected through neural connections because of their associations with each other. So you have your tulpa and then all their different characteristics and then all the different things that they can do. And if you intend and practice with having your tulpa practice certain things, then those connections between the complex of your tulpa and certain skills can be programmed extremely fast. Like I said, it requires practice. So it's important to continually practice or employ the tulpa's help in such skills, as the neural connections grow stronger each time they're used and can fade or atrophy when not used, just like any other skill. Like, it's kind of behind the shrine there to the right on top of the radio. But so I play the ocarina, right? And that's in that little case above the radio, to the right of the shrine thing, is a three-chambered, three-octave ocarina. So when I first started to play it, it was kind of difficult to figure out because it was all different hand positions compared to other ones. Um, how to hold it properly, where each finger goes to cover the appropriate holes for different notes and stuff. And I really had to pay attention to it. I really had to think about, okay, I move this finger, blah blah blah. Move this one, yeah. This note is this finger combo. This note is this finger combo. Now it's much more rote just because I've practiced it so much. And when I want to switch to a different note, I don't have to think about what finger to move. I just do it because it fast tracks it. First, you learn the process, and then as you learn it, it becomes less of a conscious activity and more of a subconscious activity, which would go faster. And The idea is if you train your Tulpa to do certain things quickly, such as mental math or the recall of certain information, then they don't have to spend too much conscious energy thinking about it. It's like processing something out loud versus doing it in your head really fast. Like I said, math versus mental math. Um, so you can have the Tulpa learn it like any other skill, practicing it overtly until it becomes more automatic. See, even in my conversational style, I still follow the same notes, even though I took these notes like a week ago, and this is the first time I'm looking at it. So, yeah, and I just talked about that last point. So, really, the whole concept behind the covert processing, I named it that, and there might be a term for it already, but in my discussions with other tulpamancers, they were talking about different skills and things that their tulpa helps them with, and I was trying to digest and figure out exactly how that works. I mean, I'm not an absolute genius at neuroscience or whatever, but I do have an understanding of psychology and the way that the brain processes information. So yeah, I think I explained this as bluntly as I could, and you guys let me know down in the comments what you think. Remember, you can always send me an email at priesttofthenecro@gmail.com for any questions, comments, complaints, concerns, and issues. You can check out any of my other playlists for how to work with the Simon Necronomicon, General Magic, my theories on magic, the gods and goddesses of the Mesopotamian pantheon, the videos that I'm doing now on the Tree of Life, my random playlist, which I just uploaded one this morning with feeding all three of my cats at 5 a.m., which is fun, and also my books. Speaking of which, you can see them behind me. Magical Theater, Guide to the Spheres and Beyond, Magical Mechanics, and Handy Sigil Magic. They're right above my head to your left. You can check out my books playlists for little trailers on what those books are about, and you can check out my Amazon authors page. There's a link in the description. There's also a link in the description to my Facebook page, which is facebook.com/Magickology, where I try to put up some updates. I just made it maybe a week ago-ish, and well, yeah, a week ago, but not a week prior to this video coming out because I schedule all these and stuff. But you guys get the idea. So yeah, all of my videos are on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays, and you can come to my channel for anything in terms of tulpamancy, magic, and even some fun stuff. So let me know what you think. Give me a like, share this if you want, and good hunting.